Hello and welcome back to my tutorial series on Crusader Kings 2. I'm your host Imperialis, and in our last episode we conquered the county of Desmond, handed it out to a brand shiny new earl, and we have our chancellor currently fabricating a claim on Connacht. And one thing I completely forgot about in the last video is I do actually have a claim on Ossory. Now, it will only expire if he dies. So I'm actually going to keep it in my back pocket for now, because you've heard me say a few times, I want to keep Ossory in my personal domain. And right now my maximum domain size is 3. However, if I can become King of Ireland, then my maximum domain size should go up to 4. Which means that I could keep Ossory in my personal domain and not have to worry about granting it out to somebody else or anything like that. So I'm going to leave Ossory independent for now. It's not like he's a huge threat. He's just sort of there and filling up space for now. Because if I took it now, I'd either have to deal with the penalty of having too large a domain, or I'd have to grant the county to somebody else. And once you've granted a county to somebody, it's quite challenging to take it back. So we'll leave it as is for now, but that'll still be handy to have for when we do take over Ossory. And then with Ormond, my plan is going to be that I will create the duchy of, or usurp the Duchy of Munster once I can afford to do so, and then go to war with King Brian II here over that duchy. And then once I get to be Duke, he'll end up being stuck being my vassal. So continue my claim on Connacht here for now. But I can pick another ambition, and since it looks like it might take a little bit longer for me to actually get to a point that I can try to become King of Ireland, I'm going to go for the improved intrigue. If I have to cancel it, I will, but I may as well see if I can get some events that'll get my intrigue up. Because the other thing too is the higher your stats are, the better off you are at educating your kids. So I'd like to get my stats as high as I can so I can educate my heir as best I can. So with that, let's start the game going again. Dog has his squeaky toy. Hopefully that's not too loud. Still fighting in England. My castle walls have been built. So now we can look here, and you see that our levy has actually increased. It's gone from 550 or 560 something up to 612. So, I mean, not a huge, well, it's still an extra 50 troops. But the real benefit with this is when you start stacking it on top of things like militia training grounds or the barracks, things like that that actually give you hard numbers of increased troops, because all of that tacks on top. So. And one thing I did forget to do before I picked him as an enemy. He's allied with the same guy I am. What does he think of? Okay, so this is actually interesting. If I go to war with Connacht, we could both potentially call the same guy into war. Now, if you look here, it says he has an opinion of 44 with him, because I'm starting to think Aine might fancy me. Well, I don't want to muck around with more kids, so I'll go for the piety again. Because he actually arranged that marriage, so he has a plus 30 due to marriage ties. I should have given him that county. Okay, I've had it with his whining. We'll make him angry with me. Broken a title promise, minus 50. Oh well. But yeah, so he has a much better relationship with the King of Gwynedd than I do. So that means that if we were to go to war, chances are very good that King Gwynedd here would join in on Connacht's side. Now the advantage is, well, he's not that old, he's 54. But I might end up having to fight both of them. Okay, to the most illustrious King Domhnall, the good burghers of Dublin are barely able to pay their taxes. Our coffers are empty. I humbly ask you to lower the taxes for your cities. Okay, so he's asking me to lower my taxes. Now, if we look at my laws here, can see, 1, I can't lower my taxes, and 2, my taxes aren't all that high. They're just at normal. So I really don't want to do that. However, so normally your 2 options would be an absurd request, and you get all of your mayors angry with you. Or you can lower the taxes. I don't want to lower my taxes, and I really don't want to get all my mayors angry with me either. But because I have a high diplomacy skill, I have the option to flatter and soothe him. I can sit there and I can talk him down and be like, think of all the nice things that your tax money pays for, like dudes with sharp sticks and all that good stuff. So I'm going to flatter and soothe him. And that should make him go away for a little while. So now I'm really wondering what to do about this alliance situation here. He's got an ally. Ooh. Ooh, she's... Okay. I caught my young ward Tilatu torturing a rat behind the stables today. Let the lass have her fun, and she'll gain cruel. And give me half a sec, I'm going to go try and distract the dog, because he's barking in the background at the cats. Alright, sorry about that. So yeah, we've got Tilatu torturing a rat. And if we say, let the lass have her fun, she'll gain the trait cruel. I'll gain a little bit of prestige, because if you notice, I have the cruel trait as well. With the birch, she will learn. It gives a 60% chance that she'll lose the trait cruel. And pray for her soul. It gives a 20% chance that she'll lose the trait cruel. Well, I don't really want her to have cruel. I do think it's kind of funny that, according to the game, you can beat cruelty out of somebody. But we'll go for that. Hopefully she does not pick up the cruel trait. Which she did. She has cruel, patient, and zealous. So you see how your wards tend to pick up trait. Sorry, autosave. Your wards tend to pick up the same sorts of traits that your character has. So she could gain ambitious. I'm perfectly fine with ambitious. She's not going to be a vassal of mine, and it improves her stats, so go for it. Wow, he's got a lot of kids. Oh, hedonist, lustful, and she's lustful. That'd do it. He must have had a couple of wives, too. Oh, maybe not. One child lacks a guardian. Who is it? My kinsman. So somebody I don't really care about too much. Educate them. We'll get that priest to do it again. Not him. Where's my super smart priest? Suppose I could have done it. Oh, he died! Oh no, I lost my smart priest. Okay, well I guess she's as good as anybody then. You can also do some interesting things. Like, one potential way I could butter up King Bledden here would be to send one of my kids off to be tutored by him. Like, for example, if I go in here and I educate a child... My wife Gwendolyn has complained about me being absent so often, so when I found I had some extra gold to spend, I decided to buy her something nice. Maybe some sort of jewelry. The bracelet would really bring out the color in her eyes. A cameo of myself. Ruby earrings. Or I'll just keep the gold. Well, she is my spy master. It's always good to keep your spy master happy with you. I mean, she does like me. Let's go for the... Well, I've got the money. We'll buy ruby earrings, and then she'll get the in love trait. She should, at least. 100. Personal diplomacy and plus 75 because she's in love with me. I don't think it was meant to hurt me, but the criticism still stung harder than it should have. So I can either gain Wrath, 20% chance of gaining Wrath, to increase my Martial, decrease my Intrigue, or gain Patience, 45% chance. I'm going to try for Patient. Didn't get it. Ah, well. So we might see our first sizable war that I'll actually have to worry a little bit more about. Oh, 2 children. Oh, the twins! The twins of turn 6. So she's a fair ways down the inheritance food chain. So who are you? Intrigue of 15. Lustful, cruel, charitable, wrath. I'm actually thinking he might be a good one. He's got a high diplomacy skill, and he's a scholar. So maybe he can pass some of that on to her. Now, my son and heir is, of course, going to be educated by me. Because, again, it's one of those things I would like to have control over. Who does the, what kind of traits he picks up. I have a cause to declare war? He's been excommunicated. Interesting. Excommunicated. So he's done something to get the Pope real mad at him. And wow. Okay. So somehow he managed to get himself excommunicated, which means that every other Christian ruler can go to war with him. Which is interesting. He might not come help then. He might be more concerned about, like, he might not get involved in, like, if I go to war with Connacht, he might just stay out of it because he's more concerned with making sure that nobody else stomps on him. Okay. I was thinking I'd send my daughter off to be tutored by him, but I'm going to try and distance myself from him a little bit. I wonder, because I have lots of daughters, and none of them... She has a strong claim. How'd she get that? So she has no claim. She has a strong claim. Who's tutoring her? Educate child. I want to be the one tutoring her if she has a strong claim. That's weird that my second daughter has a strong claim, but my eldest daughter does not. Where am I here? Oh, probably I can only have a certain maximum number of kids that I'm tutoring. Okay, we'll leave it as is. Oh, she's turning out okay. She's shy, trusting. Well, let's see if maybe we can't get one of my daughters, at least, betrothed. Especially my oldest daughter here, because she has no claims. Find one that's willing to go matrilineal. Prince of Denmark, who is that? So that'd get me an alliance with the King of Denmark, which wouldn't be terrible. It's a legitimized bastard, but that's okay. Charitable, just, kind, zealous, brave. Their stats aren't terrible. Personality traits seem to match up. We'll see if we can do a matrilineal betrothal between those two. Because then I'd have Denmark as a potential ally. Okay, so he's accepted that suggestion. Fantastic. Just going to... Yeah, I don't have the ally yet because I need to wait until the marriage happens, but it will. For some reason, ever since I installed this to my SSD, all of the DLC music has stopped working. I might need to check and see why that's the case, because I like the music that just comes with the game, but it does get repetitive after a while. Come on, get that claim forged. How much more money? Oh, I could usurp this. Cost me 147 out of my... Okay. So, I have enough money now to usurp the title of the Petty Kingdom of Munster, because I control 2 of the 3. Again, we'll look at the de jure here. There's the 3 de jure counties of Munster. And if I usurp that title, because I control 2 of the 3, then... I'll show you here. So I spent the money, usurped the title. Now I have the option to press a de jure ducal claim. So that means I can go to war with him over my de jure claim on Ormond. Now the interesting thing here is if we win, I won't take direct control of the county, Instead, I will become his new liege. So he'll become a vassal of mine. And the other interesting thing about that is he hates me. Oh gosh, he hates me. Because I stole his title, and he wants it, and yeah. But we have the de jure claim on Ormond now. So we'll click on that. Declare war. So this time, though, I still shouldn't need to raise any troops outside of my normal ones. Merge them together, put somebody other than me in charge, and charge into Ormond. Now you see his overall morale is lower because he's obviously relying on his city troops again. That's the little green part of the bar there. So that means I'm going to be able to route that one flank of his quite quickly. Lower the speed down. I hate doing wars on a high speed. Rarely do I go above speed 2 unless I'm just in the sieging phase of it. Now, one thing I did forget to do here is check and see if he had any allies, which he didn't, but always a bad idea to go to war without first checking allies. So yeah, you see they broke and ran pretty much instantly. And now it's just a matter of grinding down his actual army. And as soon as the melee hits, they ran away. Who did I capture? I captured someone. He has very, very few troops left. Splat. Now, before I do this, I'm just going to check. He has about 600 troops. So that means I can siege him with my center stack alone here. I'm just going to move them in alone, and then if that is indeed enough, then I will disband the other two, but just in case it's not enough, saves me having to raise them back up again. It is. Oh, actually, before I do that, you'll notice too here that this army has a different sprite or unit than that one. And that, again, is a piece of DLC. This is the Norse unit pack, and these are the Celtic unit packs. And the reason he looks different is because if we go to... Oh, where is it here? He wants me to go to war with somebody. Half a sec. I'll get back to you in a moment. But if we go to cultures, see Dublin's a slightly different color. And that's because it is still technically Norwegian in culture. So that's why I have the Norse unit pack there. Okay, who are you fighting? Declining would cost us 100 prestige. Yeah, I don't want to join in on the defensive side of an excommunication war. I'm going to spend that prestige. Now, that does break my alliance. He now hates me. And so chances are very good he'll never go to war with me again. And Connacht joined in. So the nice thing about that is there's a good potential that he might lose a whole schwack of his troops in this war while I take almost no casualties myself. Disband them. And we'll just wait out this assault. Mayor died. Let me take a look at my prisoners here. How many do I have? I've got 2 prisoners. Well, ransom prisoner? Anybody want to ransom you? Nope. let's just release you from prison then. She's not gonna cause any problems. And my other prisoner, won't release him either. Oh, he's pulling out all the stops to go and help out. Yeah, I just really don't want to... He has no allies. King Bledden has quite a few. It might actually... Now known as the Cruel. Why? I guess because I have the Cruel trait. Every now and then you'll get names added to your leaders. Drink some coffee while I wait for this siege to end. Wonder if, oh, and it looks like somebody new is wearing a big hat in England again. Okay, so we won the siege, yay! And you'll notice we can't continue the next siege, but we do have 100% war score, so we'll offer peace, enforce our demands, and I won. Now, if you look at Ormond here, he hates me, but he's also still in charge. My domain hasn't increased in size, and in fact now I can bring an additional county into my domain, so now would be a great time to hit Ossory. Yes, because I am now considered a great duke because I control enough holdings. Or I control more than one duchy, rather. So that means I could take an extra holding, which I think is what I'm going to do. And just do a quick check of my military situation. Need to regenerate a few hundred troops here, but that won't take very long. And so in the next episode, we will aim for Ossory. And then after that, it'll just be a matter of saving up a little bit of money to create the title of King of Ireland, and I should be able to become King of Ireland, which would be fantastic. And then I'll play through until I at least unite all of the counties under my rule, because just because I say I'm king doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to swear fealty to me right away. There's still going to be at least a few wars against Northern Ireland here to press my claim. But yeah, I think we will leave that until the next episode, though, which is excellent timing on my part because there was the timer there. So yeah, next episode we'll take on Ossory, and I'll actually remember to do it this time, and make ourselves King of Ireland and get to wear a fancy hat. Anyhow, until then, please don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to hear from anybody who's watching this. And until next time, we'll see you then. Cheers.